Howdy, friends. It's Steve DePoe with the Rose Realty team. Today's topic for our North Texas real estate vlog is how long and approximately how much would it take to do renovations on your home. We're going to focus on three specific the renovation topics, and we're going to kind of talk about how long these renovations will take, the disruption, and approximately how much the cost. So let's get into it. So the first is refinishing hardwood floors. Now, refinishing hardwood floors is going to cost you about $7 per square foot. Okay, kind of all depends on the floor, whether it's that the hand carved wood floors or not. That would take a little bit longer and cost a little bit more. But generally speaking, hardwood floors, $7 a square foot. 2 to 14 days, obviously depending on the size of the area and where that area in your house is. What's going to be involved is sanding, staining, and sealing. So the sanding is going to be it's going to be messy. There's going to be dust and dirt. Although they do have vacuums and suction systems on the sanders, it's still going to be some dust and dirt around. And then the staining and the sealing is going to be there's going to be a smell involved. And so the disruption factor here is going to be about a 9 on a scale of 1 to 10, and that's because we're going to have to move all the furniture out. We're not going to be able to walk on the hardwood floors for a while, a couple days anyway, while they dry. There's going to be people running in and out of your house, etc. So disruption factor 9 on a scale of 1 to 10. Bathroom renovation. So this is a modest bathroom renovation. We're talking 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, 2 to 3 weeks should also be about the planning stage. Planning actually for this should be somewhere around 4 to 5 weeks. Okay, to plan it all out, getting the parts in, etc. Cost is going to be about 30 grand. And what's going to be involved is plumbing fixtures, installing ceramic tile, porcelain around the tubs, replacing an old toilet, replacing the old toilet with a new modern one, again, ceramic floor tiles, solid surface vanity covers, those kinds of things, as opposed to the tile, right? This is going to be a disruption factor depending on what you're doing, between 7 to 10. Okay, so if you're gutting the whole thing and doing a lot of shower and plumbing work type of thing, it's going to be closer to 10. And if you're just doing like the vanity and replacing a toilet, for example, it's going to be closer to the 7. But a 7 to a 10, the disruption factor. Complete kitchen remodel. So here we're saying complete kitchen remodel. That's going to cost you somewhere around probably 65 to more like $80,000. Disruption, excuse me, it's going to take you somewhere between 8 to 12 weeks. Again, the planning of this should be somewhere around the 10 to 15 weeks. You should be doing the planning. And then that should be obviously beforehand. We're going to be doing the replacing cabinets and installing kitchen islands and countertops, replacing appliances, adding lighting and changing flooring, that kind of stuff, right? Disruption factor is going to be 8. That's going to be high because it's likely you're not going to be able to use your kitchen for for cooking meals and eating and that kind of stuff. You're going to be eating out or in different parts of the house. And so disruption factor, again, on that one is going to be something like an 8. Now, a kitchen upgrade. Okay, we were talking about replacing maybe a cabinet box fronts, maybe adding new hardware, updating appliances and sinks and that kind of thing. Nothing like really phenomenally big. Okay, maybe putting in new flooring. So we're not doing the whole boat. Is going to run you around 35,000 or so. It's going to take a couple of weeks or so, depending on what you're doing. Again, the planning stage, it should be somewhere around 3 to 4 weeks is what you should be planning. And the disruption factor, depending on what you're doing, again, should be about a 5. Okay, disruption factor, because again, you're not going to be able to use your kitchen or at least parts of it for those 2 weeks. Maybe a lot of eating out and that kind of thing. Hope that kind of helped. We'd like to kind of stop here for a second and ask you to do a big favor for us. If you could go to YouTube and look for Moving to Texas, Moving to Dallas. We'd appreciate it. You could go there, like and subscribe to our channel. That kind of throws us on the top tier of searches, and that helps people find us and gets us on the radar. So we'd appreciate that. Next week we're going to talk about renovation and budgeting. Okay, so this plays along a little bit about what I just talked about, but we're going to talk about more instead of updates and remodeling. We're going to talk about renovation, which is a bigger piece of the puzzle. This is Steve. I am with the Rose Realty team. I'm out.